Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're doing like 3 things at once. One, we're playing around with color. I haven't done colorful eyeshadow in so long. I feel like it's been the land of neutrals for way too long. So number 1, we're jumping into some pastel spring makeup. Number 2, I saw a recent eyeshadow hack where somebody, put some colors on and then just patted it, and it was like super simple. So I definitely tested that, and it needed some finesse work. It wasn't perfect, but you'll see all of that in the video. And number 3, we are just enjoying some simple monochromatic look. I'm feeling super matchy-matchy with the blue. So yeah, we're gonna do all of that. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day. And that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you wanna jump into some spring pastel blue eyeshadow with me, actually there's a little green in there too, but if you wanna jump into that with me, stay tuned. Alright, so I'm going to be using the Sugar Crystals palette from Voss today, but you can use really any palette you have for the technique we're going to try. Now, I'm going to try and remember to link the right person, but I can't find the original video for the technique. But basically the technique is you apply 3 little stripes of eyeshadow, and then you kind of pat to blend it out with 2 shimmers and a matte. So I'm going to be using some blues and greens today, because that's kind of the vibe I am feeling. So what I'm going to do is grab a couple blending brushes. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to load up on Pistachio right here, which is a minty green color. And I'm going to apply that dry right to the center of my lid right here. Then with a second color, I'm going to go into Sweet and Sour, which is the blue-green shade right next door. And I'm going to take that right in the middle of my lid. Then I'm going to grab this shade right here, Blue Raz, and I'm going to apply that to the outermost portion of the eye, right here. And then going back into that first brush, I'm just going to kind of pat and stamp to blend all of that out. It actually worked really well. All right, so it's definitely not like a blown out, super blended eye, but it is a really easy way to get things looking pretty. So I'm gonna take that blue again, and I'm gonna add a little more to the outer corner. And I'm going to also take that up a bit on the eye. Yeah, much better. Just because I do want a little bit more of that pronounced color so that even when the eyes are open, you can still actually see the color. Then going into Mint Choco, the mint color, on the tip of a fluffy brush, I'm just going to kind of blend windshield wiper motions back and forth, picking up a little more product as I need it, just to make sure that it is blended out nice and smooth with no issues. Okay, it's not bad, but I definitely feel like I need to build up those lid shades. So I'm going to take Sweet and Sour again, and I'm going to build that up in the center of the eyelid. And then taking a little more Pistachio, I'm going to build up the inner corner. Back to the dense brush. I'll just blend out those edges a bit more. And then a tiny bit more of the matte blue shade, Blue Raz. I think that's pretty. It's simple, but it's pretty. All right, I'm going to do this on this eye, and I'll be right back. All right, now that that's done, I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. This one is from Game of Thrones and Urban Decay. This was a limited edition one in the shade The Night King, but you can use any blue or green or even black liner you want. I like this because it really gives me that metallic feel. Once that's in place on a pencil brush, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that matte blue, and I'm going to just smudge that up to and just under the liner color. Then on a thicker pencil brush going back into the mint shade, I'm just going to buff that blue out a bit because that mint shade is just a little bit softer. I'm feeling very matchy-matchy today, but I like it. It is going to look a little intense, though, until I throw a lash on. I promise that'll bring the whole thing together. Before I do that, I am going to take a precision brush just to highlight the inner corner. And I'm going to do that with... Actually, I'm just going to use a regular highlighter. I'm going to use the Aether Beauty Diamond Dust Highlighter, just because it's a little bit more intense. So it'll give me some really nice blinding shine for my inner corner. Going into a clean blending brush, I am going to just soften the edges of everything. And for the little bit of fallout on the under eyes, I'm going to grab the One Size Pressed Powder Foundation on a sponge and just press that in just to soften the under eye, since we dropped all of that pigment, because I definitely went a little intense. All right, so I love how this looks so far, but I do know that it's going to look a little crazy until there's some lashes on. So I'm going to go do mascara and lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. And now that lashes are on, it totally came together. So that is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below and what color we should play with next, because I feel like I neglect color nowadays and everything feels super, super neutral. So thank you for making it to the end. I definitely think the technique worked out really well, but more importantly, I'm just loving these like bright pastel colors for spring. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!